With the rumor direct coming so close, and Nintendo hasn't really dropped the bomb on it yet. But it's been seen that it seems to link up to a new Nintendo Switch model that'll be launched next year. If y'all remember, like at the beginning, I think, or I think at the beginning of this year, that they came on stage and saying like we do not have a new Switch. Will be announced of this year. So we're gonna go in, dive into this. Remember, these are rumors. Um, they're not really like Nintendo hasn't said anything. Okay, but these rumors are really heating up right now. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Um, Tempai-based newspapers, Economic Daily News, claimed on Tuesday that the new Switch would enter production later this year with a launch plan of Q1 2021. Wow, that is actually really soon. According to the publication, the new Switch model will feature upgraded interactive and improved display quality. The report cites various hardware manufacturers responsible for the Switch flash storage, Joy-Con controllers, and more. Over the past year, several media reports have claimed that Nintendo has been planning a third Switch model, in addition to its flagship console and the Switch Lite. Citing sources from a related supply chain, Taiwanese website Digitimes reported in January that the new Switch hardware would enter mass production the first quarter of this year and launch soon after. The Wall Street Journal also claimed in 2019 that Nintendo was planning a more powerful Nintendo Switch hardware revision with enhanced features targeted at avid gamers. In April, a Nintendo Switch firmware update reportedly referred as a new unannounced hardware model. According to an engineer, the console version 10.00 firmware refers to a new NX-ABCD, a hardware model. The software already referenced codename for the launch model Switch Lite, and the 2019 update features improved battery life. Any existing hardware plans would likely have been significantly disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Nintendo resumed shipping Switch consoles in Japan in April after a brief hiatus, following a surge in demands for the hardware that has continued through the summer. In the 3 months ending in June the 30th, Nintendo Switch hardware cleared 5.5 million units for the quarter, which represents a year-on-year sales increase more than 160%. Analysts have suggested that Nintendo Switch have a longer than expected life cycle, during which it surpasses Wii sales totals of 102.63 million units. Switch launched in March 2017 and has sold some 61 million units as of June 30th, 2020. Earlier this year, Japan-based Kantan Games analyst Dr. Serkian Toto predicted in a GameBiz article that an upgraded Switch Pro would launch in the near future. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind, he said, adding that he guessed that the console would probably cost around $399, so now it's at least $100 more than what the Switches cost. The Switch right now is $299. So with this upgrade, but more specifically, I predict 4K support, bigger cartridge size, and shut up. And of course, beef up components, he said. In January, like I said, Nintendo had no plans to launch a new Nintendo Switch model during 2020. Before I start reading the comments, I'm gonna actually put my 2 cents, so it won't like so the comments won't stare to how I'm thinking and what I think about it. Um, I don't think we need a big cartridge size. I'm gonna say that right now, out of the gate. I don't think we need it because the thing is, really, the thing is that, like, if you were to do that, that will lose people. Like, I think if I remember correctly, they did it with like DS and DSi. If you remember, like back then, in some like the DSi games wouldn't really work on a Nintendo DS, and that kind of screwed people over and saying like, "Oh, I must have to get this." So if they increase like the cartridge size, we're not talking about the file size within the cartridge, like actually making them bigger than what they look. I feel like that will be not well. I wouldn't mind beefy components so it can still. I don't think it will ever try to perform or have the amazing graphics that will be the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Um, but we're gonna see what people have said in the comments. 4K and beefier components, sure. Largest cartridge size, nope. That's literally what I said. No way. If a normal Switch can't run it, it won't happen. Nintendo obviously won't LNA current switchovers. Any advancements will be resolution of the Switch screen, refresh rate of the Switch screen, frame rate increase, and the screen resolution is screen may just match the original better and better Joy-Cons. I will honestly like better Joy-Cons. I think they meant more storage capacity with the large. Yeah, they could, but it's just B for components mean 90p. I wouldn't mind staying at 720p with better frame rate. Um, Nintendo Switch probably. Um, well, it really depends on what does it look like, like what's the improvements of it if Nintendo is going to announce this. Like I said, there's been rumors going on with the Direct that's happening this Friday. It has not been 100% confirmed yet, but it's to say that it is the biggest. I mean, the biggest Nintendo Direct that we're ever going to see because it's been almost a full year since the actual Nintendo Direct, and people have talked about it. I have been reading it. Like I said, these rumors are really heating it up. Because of what they said like in the middle of September, I think, that they have a meeting and they need to, impress their shareholders. So we're gonna see where this goes. Um, like if it does not that much, I might just stay with my original Switch. I mean, granted, I would like a better screen resolution. I mean, the screen is small on the Switch itself, so to make it bigger. But I don't know. I mean, it looks better on the big screen than it does like when you dock it than in handheld mode, obviously. But it doesn't look that bad. But it can always be an improvement. So if it's going to cost $100 more, I don't know if that's really worth it. To be honest, because you're getting to the prices of a PS5 and a Xbox One Series X, and it's getting. I don't know. I don't know. I would rather hear it from Nintendo instead of rumors slash leak. Like I don't know if you noticed as well. It didn't say this in this article. The Nvidia, the the graphics says that they are gonna improve. There was something added. Um, and saying that improved the qualities in some games. Um, but we'll have to wait and see. Because Nintendo Switch could go anywhere. I hope that it lasts for a while because I actually love the Switch. I don't know what new console they could be. I think they need to like maybe have a big new IP or maybe try to revise an old IP that hasn't been there. Like I've been hearing leaks like F-Zero. And we haven't heard like a main game from them except back on the GameCube. They didn't have a Wii game, they did not have a Wii U game, and so far they don't have a Switch game. Unless you count the Super Nintendo Online. I think it's on there. I could be wrong. I know it's on the Classic, but I don't know if it's on the Switch. But that's pretty much all I gotta say about this. I mean, do you think this is gonna happen? I mean, there has been I mean, I could see one coming in that quarter. Like if it's just that, that's fine. I don't know per se that I would get it. It's just I mean, and you have to like when I was buying the Switch, I didn't know there was two versions. No one told me that, so I bought the older version of it, and I didn't. I honestly did not know. Period. Um, because the other one's supposed to have better battery life, but it just costs the same. But they didn't. So I don't know. This could be called the Nintendo Switch Pro. I've been hearing some called Nintendo Switch like 2. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna plan to upgrade the light with it to have a Switch 2 and a Lite 2 to make it upgraded um to this so it won't be, that, but if Nintendo makes a 4K Switch, that would be nuts. I'll keep my old one for homebrew and never stop playing Breath of the Wild on the new one. I'll probably even buy it on to know which I expect is more likely. Man, I don't believe it actually happened. I don't think there will be a Switch Pro model, but next generation Switch will launch in 22 too. We'll we'll see what Nintendo has to bring to the table. What do y'all think? Do y'all think this is true? Do you look forward into this? Do you think that this could really happen? What do you think of? Tell me in the comments down below. I will see you guys and girls in the next video.